Welcome back to my channel. So today I have another review for you guys, and today we're going to be reviewing the Master Palette by Mario, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Master Palette by Mario, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ultimate Glow Kit. So I picked these two up when they launched on her website, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions on them, as well as an eyeshadow tutorial on this look. I tried to keep it really simple today. It honestly didn't take a lot at all to do this eye makeup look, and I love the way it turned out. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing my thoughts, reviews, and of course swatches on the new Master Palette by Mario and the new Anastasia Glow Kit, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so jumping right into the review. First off, we're going to start off by reviewing the eyeshadow palette, and this is the Master Palette by Mario. And you see here it just says Master Palette by Mario, and then it has the Anastasia logo on one side, and all of this is written in gold and the packaging is black. Now on the back of the box you have, make sure I don't have it upside down. On the back of the box you just have what the palette looks like on the inside, and then it just pretty much looks the same as the original packaging. And if you're interested and you know everything that these shadows contain, all that'll be written on the back, so you can check that out. Okay, now getting into the palette. This is how the palette looks. Gorgeous colors, gorgeous colors. When I first saw this palette online, I thought, yes, I need it, because this, I kind of feel like this is the perfect palette for fall. And if you love neutral palettes, like pretty much all the other palettes that are coming out, this is an awesome neutral palette. However, this is like a different mixture of colors. So that's one thing about this palette. Like, it is a different mixture of colors from all of your other neutral palettes that come out. Because you have like your olive in here, and then you have all these really pretty golds in here. And then you have kind of like a black shade, but it's a shimmer also. It's not really black. It's like a blackish blue shade. I think it's black, but it's shimmer. So this is just how the palette looks. And we're going to get into swatches of the palette. I already swatched the palette on my arm, and these are what the swatches look like on deeper skin tone. Swatches are amazing. So I'm just going to tell you the name of the shadows. I'm going to start right here, go down, start right here, and then come back down. So the shades are Hollywood, NYC, New York City, Kim, Muse, Morena, Claudia, Lula, Isabella, Violetta, Fifth Avenue, Bronx, and Paris. So this is just how all of these shades look. And here on my arm, here you have Hollywood, which is a satin shadow, and it's like a really pretty champagne-y color, and I use that on my brow bone today. Next up you have New York City, and it's like a chocolate shimmer shade. Then you have Kim, which you can't really see that well on my skin tone because the shadow is like my exact skin tone, but it is the shade that I used on my lids today, and I actually love how this look turned out. Next up you have the shade Muse. Then you have the shade Morena, and then you have the shade Claudia. So this is the first row of the palette, and as you can see, the majority of this palette is all shimmer except for 3, and that takes me to the next 3, which are the only matte shades in the palette. And this is Lula, and this kind of looks like a really light gray with warm undertones. The next one is Isabella, which is a gorgeous transition color. The next one is Violetta, which is like a brown. It's a gorgeous color also. And then you have Fifth Avenue. And then you have Bronx, which is like a olive green shade. And then lastly, you have Paris, and this is Paris. So these are all of the shades. And I think that this palette is a Really, really, really nice color. Has a really nice color scheme, and this is definitely an everyday palette. Even though you only have 3 mattes in this palette, there are 3 really good mattes that you can work with. Like this palette is not, you know, like where it consists of like a cream matte, like a really, really light brown, and you know, like this palette just has everything that you need for a one-stop shop. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, the palette, it has a lot of fallout. So you really have to be careful. Like I did my base first today, but I really had to tap off the accents, kind of like the Modern Renaissance palette. All of Anastasia's shadows, they really do have like a lot of kick up, kind of like the Lorac shadows. These are really soft, buttery, creamy to the touch, but the pigmentation on these shadows are amazing. So, you know, the one thing that I love about this palette is the pigmentation. Like all of your shimmer and satin shades, I did not have a problem with swatching any of these shades on my arm. They all swatched really, really well. Like I didn't have not one shade that I had to keep going back in and building up. These are all like one swatch, and they swatched really good. Now, which brings me to the question, is this palette dupable? Of course, this palette is dupable. You probably already have, if you love makeup, you probably already have all of these shadows in your collection. But there are a couple of unique shades in this in this palette. I love the shade Muse. I think that that is a really, really nice shadow. I love the shade Morena. That's a really nice shadow also. And I absolutely love Fifth Avenue and Kim. So those are a couple of my favorite shades in the palette. Just like your classic Anastasia palette, of course this palette is amazing quality. This palette does retail for $45, and it does come with a brush. Let's go ahead and take it out, and it comes with your typical Anastasia brush with the blending side on one side, and then you have this side, to do packing on your lid, or you can blend out the crease. I kind of never use palette brushes, even though, the quality of them are not that bad. I know I just never pick them up. So, that's just, the brush part really doesn't matter to me. It does have a mirror, and the mirror does not stand up on its own. So, you'll have to kind of hold the mirror in place when you do your makeup. But like I said, I never take plastic off mirrors because I never use palette mirrors anyway. So that is it for the palette. Now I'm just going to move on to the glow kit. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to the glow kit. So this is how the glow kit looks, and I think this glow kit is limited edition, and it is her holiday glow kit, and it comes with 6 shades instead of 4 like her original glow kits. And this is just how the glow kit looks. Gorgeous colors. Now I'm going to start right here with the lightest shade on this glow kit. And you have Snow, White Sand, Golden Dawn, Sundry, Almond Gold, and Hot Sand. Now this palette, I will say, this palette is almost kind of like the Sweets palette. Like with the first 3 palettes, those palettes are kind of buttery to the touch. It just looks like a nice light sheen on your skin. No, you're not going to get that with this palette. This palette has a ton of glitter in it. Like, you probably can't tell, but I have glitter like all over my face when I put this palette on. It's really pretty nonetheless, but it has a lot of glitter in it. Like, it's not like super micro fine glitter where it's just going to give you a sheen. This palette has actual glitter in it, and it falls out like all over your face. I have glitter all over my chest. It looks really pretty, but if that's something that bothers you, then I don't know how well you would like these highlighters. However, I do think that these highlighters suit all skin tone, especially deeper skin tones. My absolute favorite one, which I think has the most fallout and the most glitter, is the shade Hot Sand. That is my absolute favorite shade. That shade is so pretty. That's the shade that I'm wearing on my face as a highlighter today, and it looks so pretty on the skin. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you swatches of the palette. So here are the swatches. As you can see, this palette is very, very brown girl friendly. So this is the shade Snow. And although I still use Hot Sand in my inner tear duct, I think that Snow is a absolutely gorgeous color for the inner tear duct. So this is Snow. This is White Sand. This is Golden Dawn. This is Sundry. This is Amber Gold. And this is my absolute favorite, which is Hot Sand. So these are the 6 swatches. These swatches are absolutely gorgeous. You can see the chunks of glitter on my arm. Can you see? You can see how much glitter is in this palette. So like I said, if that is something that bothers you, then I don't think that you would like this palette, because like you will get like a lot of glitter on your face when you use this palette. So you really have to be careful with how you apply it. But the colors are gorgeous nonetheless. I think this is going to be one of my favorite highlighter palettes. And I do think that this palette is limited edition. And for those of you, like, I don't know if it really matters to most, but these shades, I mean, these little pans, they don't pop out like the original glow kits. So you can't take these out. And these are just like a little bit smaller than the other ones. And this palette retails for $45 also. And they are just only a smidge smaller than the regular glow kits. So I honestly think that this is a very good deal for $45, because a regular glow kit is $40. So it's like for $5 more, you're getting 2 more shades. So this kit, I think this one is absolutely amazing. And something really cool about the packaging is when you turn the lights off, the word glow kit actually glows in the dark. But like, I mean, who's gonna be just sitting around in the dark to see that? But it does glow in the dark. So I love the packaging right here. This is just how the front of the packaging looks. And on the back right here, you have Ultimate Glow. And you have Ultimate Glow right here with the Anastasia logo. Then you have Glow Kit right here. And then I think you have all of the ingredients and the shades and everything like that. So if you want to check that out, that is on the back of the palette. So, do I think that these palettes are worth picking up? I definitely think that these palettes are worth picking up, especially because this one is a limited edition palette, and the shades in this they're so gorgeous. Like, the shades in this palette, they're so pretty. So, I mean, I definitely see this as being an everyday palette for a lot of people. This palette is definitely travel friendly, because I mean, it's really small, it's really compact, it's a little bit smaller than the Modern Renaissance palette. So this palette is going to be really nice to travel with. It has a magnetic clasp, so it does close. You don't have to worry about it falling out. So I honestly really like this palette. I really like the quality of all of Anastasia palettes. But I mean, honestly, if you are a makeup lover and you're just like, you know, I don't know if I need this palette, you probably already have all of these shades in your collection already. I mean, just check your collection. I'm pretty sure you have all of these shades in your collection already. So unless you're somebody that just, you know, unless you're somebody that just collects Anastasia palettes and, you know, you really just want to support Mario, you know, I love supporting collaborations, especially when they're really nice collaborations, and this one is a really nice one. So if you just want to show your support for him, you know, and you're an Anastasia fan, not only that, you know, if you don't have a lot of makeup, this is a really nice palette to have in your collection. I see a lot of people using this palette just like they use the Modern Renaissance palette. The only thing is, this palette is limited edition, so it is sold out on Anastasia's website. And she did announce that it will not be coming back because it is limited edition. However, it is still available on Macy's.com, Sephora.com, and Ulta.com. So I would urge you to get your hands on this palette if you can. I know it will be coming into stores. I'm not sure about the dates. I'll put them in the description box. But I know that the palette is supposed to be coming into stores. But I strongly urge you to get this palette while you can, because once it's sold out, it's gone. You're not going to be able to get it anymore. So if you're somebody that absolutely loves the colors in this palette and you love this palette, then you may want to pick up a backup also. Because I see this palette selling out really fast, because on Anastasia's website, it sold out just like that. Like, she even had to cancel some people's order and refund their money because she didn't have all the palettes to send out. Luckily, I got my palette, but I know a lot of people had their confirmations canceled because she didn't have the palette in stock, and it was showing in stock because her site did crash on the day that the palette launched, but her site only crashed for maybe like 20-30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to the most, and she got her site right back up. And you were able to purchase the palette with no problem. So, I mean, I think she did a really good job on that. She's always prepared for huge launches. I mean, her website always does really good. But the thing about this time is I think that it was still showing in stock, and it was letting people purchase the palette when the palette was actually out of stock. So I think if you weren't one of those ones who got the palette from her site, like as soon as the palette launched, then I think that, you know, she sent out cancellation emails and she had to refund you your money back. But the palette did just come out in Sephora, Ulta, and Macy, so you can still pick it up from there. As far as the glow kit goes, I absolutely love the glow kit. I love the colors in this glow kit. I think that this glow kit is gorgeous for all skin types. Just trying to show you the glow kit. I think that it is gorgeous, and I think that this glow kit will suit every single skin type, whether you're the fairest of the fair or the darkest of the dark. As you can see, Snow is a gorgeous color if you are very pale, and then it goes all the way down to the deepest of the deep, which looks like amber gold would be a nice shade for really deep skin tones. But I absolutely love the shade Hot Sand. So, I mean, I think that there is something in this palette for every single person. Now, are these highlighters like really buttery like her other highlighters? Now, they're really soft and they are really buttery to the touch. The only thing is you can see like a lot of glitter in them. Like, it's not really fine glitter, and it's not like a sheen. It's like glitter. You can see glitter. Like, you have actual fallout with these highlighters. So that is something to be cautious of. I know that this one will be coming in the stores also. So if anything, just go and swatch this and see if it's something that you like, because this palette does have a lot of kick up. This highlighter palette does. So yeah, I'll have the links to everything in the description box down below. So I want to say congratulations to Mario. You created a beautiful palette, so pigmented. I absolutely love the palette. So I'll leave everything in the description box down below. Don't forget that my 1,000 subscriber video will be coming up next week, and I have some really nice goodies in that video. So that is something that you don't want to miss. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win. I will be having 2 winners. So I made up my mind, and I just narrowed it down to 2 winners. So there will be 2 winners in this giveaway. So if you guys are interested in seeing the eyeshadow tutorial that I did on this look using the Master Palette by Mario, and if you want to see me use the glow kit, the Ultimate Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm starting out with my base already done today, and now we're going to go into the Master Palette by Mario. And I'm going to be using the shade Isabella for my transition color today. And I try to keep this look really simple today because I didn't want to make the tutorial too long. Alright guys, next up I'm going to be going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Single Shadows, and I'm going to be taking the shade Blazing. And I just picked up this shade because I wanted something with a more brownish, reddish undertone to it. Alright, next up, going back into the palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Violetta, and it's just a really deep chocolate shade. I'm going to place this directly in the crease. Alright, next up I'm going to be going to the shade Kim, and I'm going to use this shade all over my lid today. I really love this shade. It's a really nice shade if you're my skin tone, when you're going for a more neutral look, because as you can see, this shade looks almost identical to my skin tone, even though it is a satin shade. Alright, next I'm just going back in with a blending brush with no product on it, and I'm just using this to blend out any harsh edges. And then I'm going to be going back into the shade Violetta to help me blend out those edges and deepen up that crease a little more. Alright, next up for my eyeliner, oh no, sorry, I'm going for my brow bone. I'm going to be using the shade Hollywood. Alright guys, next up for my eyeliner, I'm going to be trying out a new eyeliner, and it's by Essence, and I think it's like the super fine eyeliner or something. That tip is so long. I really love this eyeliner. Alright guys, next up I'm going to be using the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner, and I'm going to be using that in the shade Black, and I'm just going to use this to line my bottom lash line. Alright, next up I'm just going to repeat the same steps on the bottom as I did in the crease, like always. Alright guys, so I'm going to be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Taraji Glow, my favorite, and I'm using that as blush. And next up I'm going to be going into the Anastasia Ultimate Glow Kit, and I'm going to take the shade Hot Sand, and I'm going to use this to highlight today. Alright guys, so next up for the lips, I already lined my lips with my Shea Moisture Lip Liner in dark, and I'm going to be using my Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Maple. And I did add amber in the middle, but I didn't record that part. Alright, next up I'm going to be using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Spray, and I'm just going to use this to set my makeup in place. And that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. Until the next video.